Well, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys going good. For people that celebrate Happy Thanksgiving yesterday, I hope the week is going good for you so far. Um, I pray that you're gonna have an awesome week. Please do share this message. Text. Um, yeah, let's do that. Let's tag few people. Let's come online. And today, what am I going to talk about? I think I forgot to put the capture on. Let's go back. There we go. What is the role of the church in a nation? What is it? So I'm going to keep talking about ignorant because ignorant is what is killing um, the world today. It's killing the nation today. It's killing a lot of people today. So we need to talk about this because education is power. We need to get educated in a lot of things that are happening in the world today, in our nation. We need to know these things in order for us to be better, in order for us to be successful. We need to know things. Okay, so stay with me and let's talk about it. What is this? What is the role of the church in the nation? What is it? I'm going to start today with a quote from Edmund Burke. He said, all that is needed for force of evil to triumph is for enough good people to do absolutely nothing. If we want evil to triumph in the world that we live in, it's the good people that are in the world to say nothing about it. All that is required for evil to prevail is for good people to do nothing. In order for evil to prevail, all that is needed is for good people to do absolutely nothing. If the good people are not doing nothing, guess what? Evil is going to prevail. Evil is going to rise. Evil is just going to be evil. It's going to take over if the good people that in the world refuse to speak up, refuse to say something. All that is needed for evil to prevail is good people to do absolutely nothing. Just don't do nothing. Just be quiet. Said, that's not my business. I don't care what they do. I don't care if they kill themselves. Because what's happening today in my beloved country, Syria, right? And a lot of people are silent about a lot of things. People don't want to speak up, even though they see the illness that is being done in the world. They refuse to speak because it does not concern them, because it does not matter to them. Their family is not affected by it. This is what Edmund Burke is saying. He said, "It is it all it takes for evil is for good people to do nothing about it. All that is necessary for the force of evil to take root in the world is for enough good people to absolutely ignore the illness that is done in your community, in your society. Don't say anything, just let it. Say it doesn't concern me, it doesn't affect my family, it doesn't affect me. Guess what? It's going to affect you somehow. If it does not affect you, it's going to affect children. If it doesn't affect your children, it's going to affect your grandchildren. That is why it is very important for us to speak up when there is evil being done in our community, in our society. It is very for us to do that. Speak up. Don't be silent, because when good men are silent, evil will prevail. All it takes for evil to prevail in the world is for enough good people to do nothing about it. The only thing, like right now, the church are supposed to be those good people that are supposed to be speaking up for evil that is being done in the world today, but they're not doing it. That's part of the role of the church, but they're not doing it. It's it is indeed the fact that not just particulars that the church of the Lord Jesus Christ today has misplaced its big time purpose that it's supposed to be do here. The church have lost it. have lost it, and we need to come back to that. The church has missed it in its teaching. The church have missed it in its doctrine. The church have missed it by being ignorant of its purpose, why the church supposed to be existed in a nation. You have lost it. So the church has missed it in the silence of the evil that is being done today. And the role of the church is for the church to get rid of the evil that is being done in the world today. But the church doesn't really care. What does the church really care about now? It cares about prosperity, deliverance, and the deliverance they're talking about. How is it impacting the world? How is it impact? It's not impacting it in any how. The church have missed it in the silence to be evil, the evil that is being done in the society. If good men, good Christians, good believers are not supposed to be silent at the evil that is happening in your nation. You're not supposed to be silent. Pastors are not supposed to be silent. They're supposed to be speak. They're supposed to be the voice of the people. That's the role of the church. Is not supposed to be silent. You cannot silence the church. If you've missed my previous video, go and check it out on my YouTube channel. I actually need to upload them because it was not uploading. So I need to upload them. I gotta remind myself to upload them. But you can check it out on my Facebook page. The previous videos that I've broadcast. Because back in the days, what the early Protestants were doing? They were standing up for the people, for the voiceless, for the people that have no power. They were the ones that were standing up for those people. But today, unfortunately, we're doing absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, let's keep going. So the church that is meant to be the voice of the conscience of the world large as into hidden in the wall of the church. They have gone and hide in the far wall. They tell them, you stay in that building, don't come out. Let us do whatever we feel like doing out here, and you mind the people that comes into your church. But the church is supposed to train those people that comes into the church and send them back into the nation so that the nation can be delivered. But unfortunately, that's not happening, as we can see what's happening in the world today. The church have gone hiding. They're not doing what they were supposed to do. Letting evil to take over the society, and they fold their hands in church singing and glory be, and also the government and blaming the government of the problem that is going on in society, in the world today. Oh yeah, the church not doing nothing. Okay, what are you doing as a church? What are you doing? What are you training your people? What are you giving your people so when they go out in the secular place to do what the gospel they are supposed to be doing? So we are supposed to be the solution and the answer. The church is supposed to be the solution and the answer to the problem that is being done in society today. Instead, we have left our purpose in pursuit of personal gain. That is what pastors do. They are just going after their personal gain, not about God anymore. They use God's name, don't get me wrong, but it's not really Him. So men of God are using the name of God in the building, in their empire for themselves, not for God. They're not doing nothing. He has nothing to do. They used His name, but He have nothing to do with Him. Because when you look at it, and you look at what Jesus Christ was doing while He was here on earth, and you look at what the pastors are doing in the pulpits in the world today, it's like it's not the same. The church have lost its value. It have lost its respect. The power that the supposed to have, you have lost it. The influence that is supposed to have, you have lost it. It, they have lost everything. What then? What is the church doing wrong? What is it then the church is doing wrong? Some people might want to ask that question in the church. What is the church doing wrong? Because you are about what is it the church. I think the church are doing fantastic job, some people might say, but really, are they really doing fantastic job? Because the evil is just overwhelming in the world today that is being done. The evil is so much you cannot even wrap your head around it. So there are so many illness that is done in the society today. In Africa, people love God, right? They love God, they pray, and they do, they spend time in church. But today, Africa is, I'm not saying that corruption is not ever, Africa is breathing ground of corruption. Even though they say they're close to God, they go to church. Church is most important to them. But corruption, when you go, the same people that are bringing corruption are the same people that are coming from the pulpit. So what are they teaching in the pulpit then? If corruption is in there, what is it they're teaching? What is it they're teaching there? There are many people today, like the president, that are coming from, have no clue. If they taught properly in the church, said this is what you're supposed to do, go in the government system, do the right thing, right? You think the best result church can do to pray and complain without taking any action. That is what the church complain. What about this? What about that? What? But they're taking no action at all. They're doing absolutely nothing. Just complaining. They have become one big complainer. So I'm going to ask you this question, or I'm going to talk about this. What makes you a Christian? If you are a Christian or you are a believer, what makes you a Christian? Because some people might think that because you were born in the church makes you a Christian. Really? Is it because you're born in the church that makes you a Christian? Is it because you go to church meetings, you go to church every Sunday makes you a Christian? What makes you a Christian? Please answer the question. Because some people think that because parent goes to church, that makes them a Christians. Or some people that because of their family members, all of them go to church makes them a Christian. Who exactly is a Christian then? Who exactly is the question? Is it possible for him to be? Is it possible for someone to be a Christian possessing any values of Christianity? Is it possible? In the world that we're living today, a lot of people call themselves a Christian, but they have no value of Christianity in them. They have nothing about them. Lie like a fish. I don't know if fish lies, but they lie. They are not trustworthy. They don't respect all of the Christian values. They don't have them, but still they go to church every Sunday. One Sunday morning, you see them all dressed up nice, beautiful, go to church. They call themselves a Christian, have no value. Is it possible to be a without being Christ-like? Is it possible? Although some people are doing it, but it is not. You can't say you are a Christian and you can't be Christ-like. You can't portray the value of God in you. You can't call yourself Christian if you can't do those things. Another thing is that today in the world that we're living in Africa, the continent of Africa, there are a lot of Christians that go to church. They call themselves a Christian or call themselves a believer. They go to church and don't do the right thing. They will see, for example, a politician. They know that that politician is a criminal or have no integrity whatsoever in them. What they will do, they will elect that president, and they expect that president to deliver. That president cannot deliver. If that president does not have integrity, and you know he's a criminal before you're elected, what do you think is gonna happen? You think he's gonna not gonna be a criminal all of a sudden? When he's gonna be seeing money all over him, or he's gonna have access to the money, he's gonna have access to everything, and you expect him not to become a criminal, to steal from the country and do things that he's not supposed to be doing? You all of a sudden gonna expect that? I sometimes wonder how we Africans would think, right? Common sense. Common sense is not common at all. I would like to ask this question. When have the salvation of the nation or people become dependent on the president that they're supposed to? Because sometimes people think, oh, well, let's elect a Christian president. It will do a right thing. Oh, don't elect him president, because when you to president and it's gonna make everybody become Muslim. It's gonna just do Muslim things and what, like, you're supposed to do what the president is supposed to do. Does not entail in that. But today, Christian will think that I'm gonna vote for the Christian president because I'm a Christian, or I'm gonna vote for the Muslim president because I'm a Muslim. Like, really, it have come to that. You're not looking for the values. You're not looking if that person is going to deliver. You're just going to vote because of their Muslim or president or Christian. This is why the church have become irrelevant in the society today. Because what we're supposed to be teaching the members, we're not teaching them anymore. What we're supposed to be doing, that God wants us to do, that Christ wants us to do, we're not doing it. We don't value those things anymore. That's why the church has become powerless. Back in the days, the church is where to go for answers for the society. The church brings solutions to the society. But today, the church unfortunately have lost the respect because of the people, the individual church and minister that have no clue of what the church or Christians is supposed to be. Christians believe they are doing what is right. Most Christians believe in that. Oh, my pastor is doing the right thing. And come in front of you, they will insult you. They will abuse you. They will call you all kind of names, and they call themselves a Christian. If you said, that man of God is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's teaching you guys the wrong doctrine. You dare, because he's a powerful man of God. How dare you to say that? He have been studying the Bible for 30 years. He have become a pastor for 30 years. That means he cannot do something wrong. Who are you? They will tell you. Who do you think you are to tell my man of God that he's not doing the right thing? Or if he interprets the Bible in the wrong way, and you dare to tell them, they will come. They will come and insult you, call you all kind of names, and yet they accept a believer. If you go to the social media today and you see how these Christians insult you in the name of man of God, you will cry and say, what is going on in the world today? And today, there is a video that is going around. This is the mountain of ignorance that I'm talking about. That this man of God is shaving women's private parts, saying that they will be fruitful or have a husband or have a better life in the name of God. Where have you ever seen in the Bible that Paul, Peter, Matthew, you name them, Moses, all of those men of God were shaving women's private parts? You see how we have lost it? We have lost it. Look at the things. Pause you on yourself. Pour yourself. Do this. When I see those things, I cry. I don't know if you cry when you see those things, but that is what the church have become today. You should never mention what the evil that these pastors are doing. Their members are gonna come and crucify you. Today, Christians don't want to engage their mind or their thinking or a reasoning why some pastors are not doing the right thing in the church. No man want to engage in thinking. Say, hey, okay, let's think about it. Okay, you're pointing this out. Let me think about it. Let's go to the Bible. Let's think. Is he really actually doing wrong? No, they will not engage their faculty in reasoning with you. Say, okay, let's reason out in this. Let's think about it. They just want to hear. They say, God says, God says this. I'm prophesying to you. God says you're going to become a billionaire tomorrow. How is that even possible? To become a billionaire tomorrow when you have not put in the process place. And this is what the members are believing. And they go to the church, and when you tell her, oh, my pastor said, my man of God said, what did God say? We don't say what God said for my life anymore. It's only what my pastor said. This is a serious force of ignorance that is happening in the churches today. People are full of superstitions. They don't want to use their brain. They don't want to take responsibility for what is going on in their life, in their nation, in their country. They rather be safe to just push their responsibility back to God. Say, God, you take the responsibility. I'm not going to take responsibility of what's happening in my life, what happening in my country, what happening in my nation, what happening around me. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to put it back to you, God. It's all your fault. I'm not going to do nothing about it. People want pastor to only preach the gospel in the four wall of the church, but when you take the gospel outside of the four wall of the church and you start telling the politicians that they're doing wrong, to stop stealing, to stop corrupting, they will tell you, go back to the pulpit. You are only supposed to be in the pulpit. Don't come and tell me what to do. But God has given the church the authority on earth. But he said, no, don't comment on this. Don't say that. Don't say anything about our leaders. Don't do this. Like my mentor always go and tell like the politician what they're doing in Nigeria wrong, or what the corruption. They will tell him, hey, you're a pastor. What's your opinion? Hey, because I'm hearing for God. And God is speaking to me. And if you guys doing the wrong thing and I'm coming back, I'm telling you, hey, you need to change that way. You need to respect that. Don't tell me go back to the pulpit. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And what is this that we're supposed to do? When we are preaching the gospel, we need to spread the light. The light where there is ignorance. So if there's ignorance in the pulpit, you need to spread the light. Said, no. We need to get rid of that ignorance. We need to get rid of that darkness in the politics, in whatever society you find yourself. The church seems to have forgotten that before Jesus died to save the world, they had bad things that were happening in the world. That's why he came. He said it was the ministry of light. That is what the church role is, to be the light where there is darkness. Jesus came to shine the light in every area of darkness in the world today. He said, I am the light of the world. That's what he said in John 8:12. He said, then Jesus spoke to them again and said, I am the light of the world. He who follow me shall not walk in darkness, but has the light of the life. That's what he say. So if I am following Jesus Christ now, what do you think I'm going to share the light where there is darkness. I'm going to bring light where light to the darkness. I'm going to bring knowledge. Because when you look at the Greek word of light, it said basically the Greek word of light is knowledge. So if I want to share the light, I'm going to bring knowledge to you. I'm going to tell you what I think you are doing wrong. according to the Bible, if the Bible said do this and you do opposite of what the Bible say, that's what knowledge is. That's what light is. And when you look at the Greek word of darkness, what does it mean? It's ignorant. Darkness is ignorant. When there's ignorance that's being done in the world, illness is that's because that's darkness, basically. So Jesus came to eradicate ignorance. That's why he came. Because even when he was teaching in the synagogue, when the ignorance were there, he will tell them, no, that's not what it is. He tries to bring knowledge in the place of ignorance. So if you said you are a follower of Jesus Christ, you're supposed to bring in knowledge to the people that are ignorant, that are in darkness. The church seems to be in ignorance of this truth. Ignorance has made the church to go into silence over the evil that is being done in the world today. Yet we complain. We complain about these evils that are being done in the world because ignorance deprives the church from her purpose through the values, through the influence, through the respect in the society. That is what has been done. So I'm going to end with a scripture from Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, a lot of people know Martin. What did he say? He was talking to the church. He said the church must be reminded that it is not the master or the servant of the state, remember, but rather is the conscience of the state. It must be the guide and the critic of the state. That's what the church is supposed to, not its tools. Because today the church is being used as a tool. He said, if the church does not recapture from its prophet zeal, the prophetic zeal, it will become the irrelevant society club with morals or spiritual authority. With nothing, we have no spiritual authority, have no moral, nothing. If the church does not participate actively in the struggle for peace and for the economic and the justice, it will be forfeited in the loyalty of millions and cause men everywhere to say that it's just atrocities. But if the church will free from the shackles of the status quo and receive a great historical missions, he will speak at the active fearlessly in the terms of justice and that is happening in the world, and kindle the imagination of mankind and fear of the soul of men. Then it will grow. Then love will come. When after we got rid of it, love will come for truth, justice, and peace. Because men are far and near will know that the church has a great fellowship of love that provide light and bread alone and travel at night. So this is what Martin Luther King was saying here, right? If we don't do this thing, we're going to be sorry. And this is what is happening right now. Right now. And this man have been dead like long time ago. He predicted it. And a lot of people don't know that Martin Luther King was a pastor. He was a pastor that decided, said, I'm not going to only stay in the pulpit. I'm going to go outside of the pulpit and I'm going to stand for what is right, what is truth. And which a lot of pastors are not doing today. They will run away from it. They will only do things that they will be beneficiary or benefit from. Okay, so I'm going to end here today, and I will be back tomorrow for more teaching by the grace of God. So watch out for my next video, and peace, and God bless you, and have a wonderful day.